so nuanced. There's so much that you can really like go on for a long time just like talking about them. I think what's really cool too is like not in like a parasocial way, because obviously I don't know the actors, but I more so just like appreciate when the actors behind a character are equally as charming, because to me that makes like it, I guess, like not humanizes, they're human, like at the end of the day, like everyone's just a person, but I've been so inspired to like continue to chase my dreams. Like I started this channel kind of, you know, following the passion and excitement from this show, and like I think if you get anything from Heated Rivalry or like this video or life in general, is that you literally only have one life to live, and like you should be doing whatever makes you happy in this lifetime. And obviously the opinions of others and the feelings of embarrassment, those are very real feelings and experiences, but that shouldn't stop you from doing what you want to do and like loving who you want to love and experiencing what you want to experience. I just think that there's just beauty in like being excited about things in life and like being passionate about things. And I really, really, really hope that in 2026, nonchalance is like obliterated and like fades away. And I hope that, I don't really like calling things like cringe, but I hope that nonchalance becomes cringe in 2026, because I think that everyone should care, you know, way more. But yes, I have the craziest like crush on like Connor's story. I've seen like every single one of his photo shoots. And like I don't really follow celebrities or anything on social media, so it's kind of crazy that I even like feel like this. But yeah, he's just a beautiful human being, and like obviously so is Hudson and like the other characters in the show. But yeah, I don't know, I guess it just gives me hope that like, I mean, we're all normal people like that have our own interests, and like honestly I have a lot of dreams and like things that like I know exactly where I see myself in like, you know, 10 years and in the future that I want to have. So it's just really like encouraging to see someone else get to exactly where they wanted to be, maybe not on like the timeline that they expected, but it happened, and they're getting their flowers while they're like alive and everything. And I just think that's really special. But yeah, like I honestly would love to know if you have watched Heated Rivalry, and like just your thoughts on the show, even if you did not like it. Like I don't know, just passion in general, like, opinions, like any sort of like feeling, anything in general. Like I think we should not feel like you have to hold back on like having opinions and stuff, and like I'm also still working on that. But yeah, like obviously if you're like, this show is ass and like it was horrible and they're horrible actors, I'd be like, that's definitely an opinion. But like I just genuinely appreciate like the artistry of it all. Even earlier, out of curiosity, I was like, I went onto a Heated Rivalry soundtrack playlist, and I'm pretty like fascinated obviously the show is getting a lot of like accolades and everything, but like the soundtrack I think is like so such a big part of the show, and like literally seeing some of like hearing the songs again, like and I've seen the show like twice already, and I kind of want to see it a third time, just, and I've never done that. Even my favorite show and movie to this day, like maybe seen it like twice max, but like I literally don't know what they put in the show, but it's like addicting and like wow. But yeah, like, oh, I went through the playlist and I just went through, and I think it's amazing that pretty much every song in the soundtrack, the artist that, you know, plays the music, like that's their number one song right now. And like, even if it was already their number one song to begin with, I still think it's really cool that these different artists are being highlighted, because I went on a lot of their pages and like, you know, there's is that serious.